I don't know why men have a problem in seeking for wisdom and education the way they're supposed to. You know, it's amazing when you go to the institutions of learning, be it college, be it online courses, be it courses, whatever else, the majority of people you find there is the sisters or the women. Men hardly want to be in those places. But one of the things I've come to discover is because there is a spirit that follows men and pushes them to a place of just being bound in the chains of poverty. The men are in bondage of poverty. This week has been a week where we were celebrating the fathers and our men. I said that every man is a father and every father is a man. And I said that when a man is able to avoid poverty, then the society and the community is completely transformed and changed. And the devil knows that, by the way. So what happens is you find many men are in chains of poverty. You go to many communities, it doesn't matter whether it is in the developing countries or it is in the very developed countries like America and the other places. There are places you will go to in this country of the US. You will wonder whether you are somewhere in Haiti or somewhere in Africa, in some funny country in Africa or some place in Asia where poverty is so bad. And you will be wondering what is going on. But then you discover it is not because there is lack in this country. It is because there is a spirit that is operating among us, especially the men. The men are the people you'll find in corners taking drugs. The men are the people you find getting engaged in crime. The men are the ones who are full in the prisons. Why? Because poverty has been so heavy upon them and they have not been able to avoid them. Now this week I've been sharing with you and teaching in different videos on nuggets here and there on how we as men can avoid poverty. Because when a man is able to avoid poverty, then the community is transformed, the community is changed. And believe me, you men who are listening to me right now, there is no woman who is interested with a poor man. Believe me, you. Even the one who is married to you who is poor right now, if she was to be sincere and talk, she will tell you she would want to leave you yesterday. Because there is no woman who wants to that. And we know it from Genesis chapter 1. When man was given a woman, that woman did not come to a poor man. That woman did not come to a man who was struggling and trying to make ends meet. No, the Bible is clear. The scriptures are clear. This woman came to this man who had already been given all these things around him and had been given the responsibility of those things. And this woman comes and joins up with a man who seemed to have been going somewhere. That is why when I talk to you with so much passion like this, is because I understand that if you're going to keep a woman happy, you will keep her happy when you are not poor, when you are not in poverty, but when you're doing well financially and when you're wealthy. Listen to me, it's a fact, it's a reality, and I have no apologies as far as that is concerned. But listen, how then can we be able to eliminate poverty, or how can we be able to avoid poverty? We as men, the one thing among the other things that I've mentioned is that we must seek wisdom and we must seek for education. You must seek to be financially intelligent, not just financially, but generally in your mind. You must enhance your mind to a place of being smart, being clever, being intelligent. Fill it with the necessary information so that when you so do, that by itself brings you to a place where you can be able to make money and make wealth for yourself. Did you know that when you are academically sound, when you're financially literate, when you are doing well in as far as intelligence is concerned, the potential to create wealth, the potential to become wealthy is higher than when you are illiterate and when you don't have intelligence in your mind. Now listen to me very carefully. The reality is you need to seek wisdom and you need to seek education. Now let me look at a scripture here. I was looking at this scripture and I said, wow, this is powerful. Proverbs chapter 4 verse 7. This is what it says. It says, the beginning of wisdom is this. That just pause there for a moment. It says the beginning of wisdom. In other words, where wisdom begins is this. when this is where we start calling you wise. And it says is get wisdom. We start calling you wise when you take the initiative of going for wisdom, of looking for wisdom. And then it says, though it costs all you have. In other words, wisdom is not something that you just get like that. Wisdom is something you get making sacrifices. It will cost you. It will cost you to spend on it. You will look for it. But it says that when you wake up to start looking for it, when you wake up to start looking for things that are going to help you become wise, to become better, to educate you so much so that your mind is thinking in a proper manner. Because you see, the more education you have, the better you become in as far as thinking is concerned. It says when you seek for it, when you buy it, when you look for it, when you give yourself to it, it says when you are in that place, then it pushes you to a place of understanding. Understanding means what? It opens up your eyes to start knowing how to function, to start know how to make wealth, to start knowing how to develop money, to see how you're going to move progressively in as far as enhancing your life, or in as far as building your life and making yourself much, much better than you are right now. Listen to me. You cannot afford to continue lingering like that and expect that life will change for you. You must seek for wisdom. You must buy wisdom. You must look for wisdom. You must decide, this wisdom, I'm getting it one way or the other. Listen, when you get the wisdom, you will definitely change your way of doing things. Wisdom is the key thing. Wisdom is the essential thing. Everybody who has made something in life, everybody who has become something in life, is because that part of their wisdom was activated and they started using it. You cannot avoid poverty and you remain in that place of not having wisdom. And you know, when you don't have wisdom, the opposite of wisdom is foolishness. Unfortunately, we have so many men who are foolish because they are not ready to seek for wisdom. We have allowed our ladies to do that. Today the ladies are ruling over us. Today the ladies are taking up places and men are subject to them. Now there's nothing wrong with that. Listen, sisters, please don't fight me right now. Don't throw stones at me. Don't beat me up right now. I have nothing against you. Those of you who was doing that, who are going on very well, thank you. Kudos for you. We celebrate you. But what I'm basically saying is that when you look at even how it began from Genesis 1, the man who was having the responsibility was the male man. And he was the one who was told, now do this, start working. And by the way, before he was even given the woman, the first thing he was given is to do things, is to work, is to till the land, to keep it. He was given, they had a dialogue with God, and God told them, now this is the land. This gave him the how the place is placed, gave him the layout of everything and what he needs to do. So the men already had the responsibility. But today things have reversed. Today it's even so bad. Women go to work and men are left in the house eating and drinking and just complaining and sleeping. Listen to me, shame on you if you do that. You need to rise up to the occasion and you need to sort for wisdom, sort for education. Decide to load yourself so much so, and out of your loading, I tell you the truth, opportunities of financial success will come your way. Money will locate you. Money will find you because you have the mind and the capacity to handle the money. The problem with money today is that it is afraid to come to some of you. It says to itself, if I go to that person, he will mishandle me, he will misuse me, he will embarrass me. Let me stay away from him, because you don't have the capacity to handle it. Why don't you do this? Get yourself educated, seek for wisdom, seek for counsel, get people who can help you, and remove yourself to them from that place of poverty. Now remember very well, I love you, I appreciate you, and my greatest desire is that we may meet in the field of the millionaires, because that's where you and I belong. Now remember, I'm here every day, Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time here in America. Now if you have not subscribed and you're listening for the first time, please, why don't you go ahead and do that right now before you close up. Don't go away without subscribing. And if you can be able to write down in the comments and tell me that you've done that, I would appreciate it. Otherwise, thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your time, and let us avoid poverty. Men, let us do so, and we shall be successful in this life. God bless you, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.